What's up guys, Shannon starts with Droid Monitor X. Today we're going to be taking a look at many of the cases from the Verus lineup for the Galaxy S6. We're going to be looking at 4 different styles with several different color options, and hopefully you will find something that fits your style. I have to say that over the past few weeks using these Verus cases, they each have a really awesome look, and then they're also just pretty well built. So over the past few weeks I've been using these Verus cases, and I have to say they're pretty well built and they look pretty stylish. Let's go ahead and get started with this quick review. Okay guys, so the first style of case that we're going to look at from Verus for the Galaxy S6 is the Verge Case. This is the one that I've been using most of the time. So what we have here basically is a rough outer shell and then a TPU case on the inside. The TPU case is going to provide the impact resistance while the outer shell provides the style. So you guys can see, here's that TPU case. And then here is the shell. So we've got it also in gold. We also have it in this slate, more silvery looking color. So we'll go ahead and pop the TPU in, the hard shell, and then I'll go ahead and install it on the phone so you guys can see what it looks like. So you guys can see there's perfect cutouts for the camera. There's a nice cutout there for the speakers, microphone, 3.5mm headphone jack. Now, I will say that my headphones work fine on this, but the auxiliary cable in my car is a little fatter of a head there, and it didn't fit very well at all here. In fact, I wasn't really able to use the auxiliary cable, but the headphones that come with the phone itself will go fine in that little slot there. Top you have the IR blaster hole there and another microphone hole. You have button overlays for the volume, and you have a nice tacky feel still there. Some cases are not a tight fit. You don't have that tacky feeling from the buttons, but here it's very solid, very crisp. And then same thing with the power button itself. Very solid, very crisp. So that is the Verge case from Verus for the Galaxy S6. Okay, so next we have the 2 links. So basically you just slide this side over the top of your phone and this side over the bottom, and it's going to give you just color to the back of your device. It's super thin, super light. It's going to provide scratch resistance on your phone, so it's going to keep you from scratching your phone. And yeah, you know, anything is better than nothing when it comes to drops, although this is not going to be super impact resistant. It's very thin and very flimsy, as you guys can see, but I'll show you how to put it on. We're just going to slide in. We're going to slide in the top. It's a nice, tight, snug fit. So tight that it even turned the phone on. And then we're going to slide in the bottom piece, like so. And then basically you have that two-tone look on the back, which is pretty cool. I actually like the look there. And then you guys can see we're not adding a ton of protection to the phone, but basically we're adding scratch resistance and just a nice clean look. Okay, and you guys see they sent it to me in gold and also blue and silver or gunmetal gray there. So you guys can see that we have just ports and holes, no button overlays on this case for the volume or the power, and then we have our holes up top and our holes down the bottom. So that is the 2-link case from Verus for the Galaxy S6. Next up we have the iron bumper and the iron shield. So the iron shield is just like the iron bumper, except it comes with a TPU cover for the back side. The iron bumper is just a bumper which protects the outer rim of the phone itself. So we'll go ahead and take the bumper out of the case so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. You have like this little bit of TPU material inside the bumper to help with impact resistance. So normally when we drop our phones, we drop it on the corner or the edge. And so that's what this is to protect. Now this is actual metal. So you're not going to lose that metal feel like you would with most cases. The metal feel is still going to be there because you're touching metal. I like the fact that it adds the gold tone to the outer edge. If you weren't able to get the gold version, you can have the gold version with this bumper. Okay, so this is probably one of the ones that I was most interested in just because I was kind of iffy on how I would like it. It was definitely the most difficult to place on. So what I did was I took the TPU material, I put that on first, and then I slid the bumper case over after that. I won't say it's super difficult to put on, but it's more difficult than any other cases by Verus because that metal is metal, so it doesn't give at all. And it is a perfect fit, which is really cool. You guys can see the button overlays. So we have our gold button overlays here, which looks really nice. And then that gold metal, it looks really awesome. The only thing that I have to say that I'm not really fond of here is this raised edge, although with this being a glass back, the raised edge is probably a good thing because when you set it down on surfaces, it doesn't afford it the opportunity to scratch Same thing with the raised edge on the front. You're not going to scratch the glass, so that probably is a plus. And then with the bumper case, you're actually able to see the beauty of the design of this phone while adding a little bit of impact resistance. So there is the iron bumper. Okay guys, the iron shield is the same thing as the bumper, except it includes an entire TPU case to give full protection to that back glass screen. So we'll go ahead, rather to the back glass. So we'll go ahead and slide that into the TPU case. And then we'll try to put on the bumper. But you guys can see that it's quite difficult. Actually, it's not as difficult on the shield case as it was on the bumper. That was actually pretty simple there. So slide it all the way on. And I actually like the feel of this much better. You still have that nice metal rim all the way around, but it feels more like a case. So whereas on the bumper I had that ridge on the back, I don't have that here on the case. It's nice and flush, and it looks really cool. And you get that impact resistance from that metal bumper, and then you also get the scratch protection of that TPU on the back. So you guys can see the button overlays here work really well. Okay, everything looks really good here. So we'll move on to the last case. Okay, the last case that we have here is the hard drop case. So this is supposed to be their heavy-duty drop protection case. And I'll say that it does feel a little stouter than the other cases. It's a little more rigid than all the other cases that I've tried out. So I can see where they would call this the hard drop case. Okay, so what we have here once again is a TPU inside and a hard shell outside. The TPU here is much thicker than the TPU in the other cases, or at least it seems that way. So we'll go ahead and put this on our phone. Okay, so what I see that's really different about the hard drop case is just really thick corners and edges. The thick corners and edges are designed to provide that impact resistance, so when you do drop your phone, it's not going to shatter, or at least it's not going to bend that metal aluminum band around the edge. It should provide some protection from drops. Now this is not going to be as fancy as say an Urban Armor Gear case, and it's not going to provide as much protection as say like a Tech 21 case or an OtterBox, but it's going to give you that stylish, nice and thin look of the Verus case while adding some drop protection. So anyways guys, that about wraps it up for the Verus case review. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel for more content like this in the future. Follow me on Twitter, because I'm going to try my best to give out every one of these cases, minus maybe one that I'll choose to use for myself. Anyways guys, be sure that you are following me on Twitter at DroidModderX. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.